This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Gender is an important variable and parameter in social and economic analysis. It complements the variables of class, ownership, income, and family status rather than competing with them. The activities outside and inside the home have created an important pattern, especially in taking the integral view in both modern and traditional households. Sexual division of labor has formed a specific pattern. These patterns are reflected even outside the household. They are seen to be partly reflective of the traditional within-house division of labor. The differential basis of the cultivation of skill is important in understanding the inferior economic position of women inside and outside society. Therefore, it's important to say that detecting a particular pattern of gender division is possible. As individuals, we coexist with varieties of identities. Among these identities is our gender. Other than that, we exist as a member of a certain family, class, occupation group, or even community. Our interests are influenced by our understanding of these different identities that we possess. Our identities may cause a strong influence on our perception, making it impossible to form a clear picture of our welfare. This notion and perception lead to a major impact on the states and outcomes within the household on the distribution of labor, especially concerning gender. One of the factors that have influenced the gender distribution of labor is technology. Technology has been viewed highly restrictively as relating to mechanical, chemical, or biological processes. However, technology has a social content to it. Karl Marx called it the combining together of various processes into a social whole. Production does not only involve coming up with finished products from raw materials, but also the social organization that enables the use of certain techniques in production. The outside activities of the workers depend on the activities within the house. However, such activities are often regarded as unproductive work. Gender division of work is one of the ways employed by societies in trying to reach prosperity. For a household to prosper, various activities, for example purchasing, production of food, money-earning activities, have to be taken into account. For example, who does what? Who makes certain decisions? The responses to these questions are seen as a reaction to solving the problem of cooperation, adding to total availabilities, and conflict, dividing the availabilities amongst the family members. The division of the two activities between the sexes influences the pattern of gender in the division of work. Labor activities in homes are sometimes affected by cultural phenomena. Such contributions are not directly related to production but affect the division of labor within the household. For example, some of these activities might be controlled by stereotype perceptions. A perfect example of such is the perception that women should look after children and that they may take outside work only if they persist in taking care of the children. The other factor influencing the determination of the division of labor is cooperative conflicts. These are interests, contributions, and perceptions within the group, i.e., household. The well-being of a person is less favorable if that person's position is a breakdown. The breakdown shows the vulnerability of the person in the bargaining. In case of a breakdown, that person would be in a mess more than previously, and that position would weaken his ability for a favorable outcome in the distribution of labor. The self-interest of a person affects his well-being. If a person takes less note of his or her well-being, this fact makes a person get a less deal. For example, as observed in a typical Indian rural woman who was asked about her welfare, her response was in terms of the welfare of her family. According to Amartya, the other factor is that of contribution. A person perceived to be making more contributions to the group gets a more favorable response. This essay on gender and the division of labor was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one, on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.